I'm actually not really sure what to do about the background. So I guess we'll do this. No, not that. This. Yeah, that'll do. Right, guys. It was probably a couple of weeks ago now. I kind of forgot. Shh. It's fine. I asked you a lot to ask me anything, basically. Okay, right. We're going to get this out of the way. To start us off, this is Charlotte. This is her comment. Her question. And I believe this is Lottie Cook. She constantly asks me to give her a shout out. So this is your shout out, Lottie. Hello. How you doing? Thank you for commenting. So, how did you become a YouTuber? Was there any other job you wanted to do growing up? And please can I have a shout out? There we go. It is Lottie. Yes, definitely is Lottie. How did I become a YouTuber? I have answered this before a few times, I think. I came back from Australia. I was very, very sick at the time, and not dying or anything. I was just really unwell for a few weeks. And I remember I thought, I've been meaning to watch some like older shows, so I thought I'd have a look for some Red Dwarf reactions on YouTube, and I couldn't find anything. So I thought, hey, that would be something fun to do. And just as I had this idea, COVID started getting like noticeably serious, so I couldn't really do much else. So I figured I'd give it a go, and here we are doing this. That's a really summed up way of putting it, I guess. A lot more happened in between that, but it's now been a year. We've been up for a year, and honestly, I have such a great time. I really, really enjoy doing this. It's like one of if I have a project that I'm doing, I get hyper focused. I'm that kind of person. I get really excited and kind of giddy about it. And I still have that for YouTube. I absolutely love doing this. And now that we're mixing up a few things, I really, really enjoy it. So yeah, I honestly love this. Thank you guys. Have you subscribed? What did I want to do when I was growing up? What did I want to do? When I was very young, I wanted to be an astronaut. I remember I really wanted to go to space. No matter what the cost, I wanted to go to space. And as I got older, space became a bit more scary. So then I decided I wanted to be a games designer. That's it. What would say, after all the shows you've watched, is the best episode of it all? What? One best episode of every single show I've watched. I mean, can you answer that? What jumps out at me? The last episode of Fleabag, season 2, the last episode. And specifically the scene where she's walking away and she tells you not to follow her. That part. Don't know why. That show has stuck with me for, I don't know when it was. I watched it ages and ages ago. I just can't help it. It's just, I really felt it. I really, you know when you're so like invested in something that if it kind of goes bad, or even if it kind of goes good, but it's heavily emotional, you really feel it. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like it just feels deep. It feels like there's weight on your chest, and I really felt that. I was like, oh no, don't let us go, please. Would you consider reacting to Doctor Who if I haven't seen it already? So Doctor Who, I kind of grew up with the newer versions of Doctor Who, I guess, from Christopher Eccleston, and yeah, I've basically seen most of it. I've seen up until the end of Peter Capaldi. So yeah, no Doctor Who, I'm afraid. Would I consider doing it? Probably. If enough people want me to do it, I would do it. I'd watch the newer stuff. But I love Doctor Who. I honestly do. I'm British. We have to love Doctor Who. I think this, and Harry Potter. That's just how it works. But unfortunately, I've seen most of it. Will you be reacting to the Mr. Bean movies, and have you watched the In-Betweeners? So, the Mr. Bean movies. I've seen the first Mr. Bean movie, the one with the painting. I watched that many years ago. The second episode, Mr. Bean's Holiday, I watched recently with some of you guys. We did a live watch along for Patreon, where we all connected on Discord and watched it using Teleparty, I believe it's called, which is like a Netflix add-on thing you can do where you can watch it together. And I had a really good time watching. On Patreon, I've done a whole bunch of movie reactions as well. I might edit those down and get them onto YouTube. Have I watched The Inbetweeners? I've watched 2 episodes of The Inbetweeners. They're both on Patreon. In fact, one of them, the first one, is ready. It's on YouTube. It's unlisted on YouTube. I haven't released it yet because I don't like to release something when I've only got 1 episode out. I want to make sure I've invested and put enough into it. Trouble with Inbetweeners is I was watching it, I was enjoying it, but not that many people seemed interested, so I've just backed away. It'll be a show that I will continue at some point when I get time. But I think I've seen 3 episodes, 2 or 3. When we upload the final British Empire Christmas special, I'm sorry, I have no intention of uploading it at all right now. I've got too much going on. I love the British Empire. I absolutely loved where we left it at. I know a lot of people really hated that, but the fact that I just stopped. But it was getting to a point where I was getting unhappy with it, the direction it was going, and it ended in such a good way. And honestly, when I ask people, they tend to say, yeah, Series 5 is where it should have really ended. So I'm just like, well, let's just stop there then. Maybe when Christmas comes around, and if I remember, or if someone reminds me, maybe I'll do it. Maybe we'll watch just the Christmas special for you guys. Thank you very much, guys, for your comments. I do want to say thank you. But second, Rumpus, what? I'll read these, but I'm just going to answer the ones that make sense to me. Best qualities overall, nylon or polyester? Are we meant to really believe that there's a house outside that bedroom door? Yes. How exactly does gravity cause waves in space-time? I wish I knew. And if anyone has the answer, let me know. What again is the toilet paper for? Oh, for God's sake. Right, we're gonna wait there. I always have some toilet paper with me because, and here's the honest truth, I live with, currently where I'm living right now, there are cats. There are 3 cats, but I'm allergic to cats. In fact, I'm allergic to cats and dogs, unfortunately. I also have asthma, so I have inhalers as well. Ta-da! And I had asthma when I was a kid, but then it kind of just stopped. And then when these allergies started happening, suddenly the asthma came back. So I have to deal with asthma. I also have a brown inhaler. But I have antihistamines. Lots of antihistamines. Because I live with cats, there's nothing I can do. The cats are here. I have no choice about that. So I have to have toilet paper on me. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice sometimes in some of these videos is very, very nasally. And it's not because I've got a constant cold, it's because of the allergies. I swear that's what it is. I swear. I know you probably weren't expecting a serious answer, but there you go. What's your saddest memory? What are you trying to do here, Rumpus? What are you trying to do to me? Oh my God, no. I think my saddest memory is when my dog Taz died. He was very old, he was 15, an English Springer Spaniel, and I'd had him for 15 years. He died in my arms, and yeah, that was really sad. Anyway, what's my favorite color? It's blue. It's blue. Blue, 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 blue. I have been asked this before, actually. Also, you spelled color wrong. What the? Have I ever gone gully climbing? It's gully climbing. That's actually really, really cool. No, I've never been gully climbing. I have been bouldering, and I've done a little bit of free climbing, just a smidge. I want to do a lot more. I really, really love bouldering. I really love climbing in general. It's one of my favorite exercises to do because you don't realize you're getting fit. Who would win, a shark or platypus lightly armed and having a very bad day? Oh, obviously the platypus. Give me some real questions. Is your mate's motorbike fixed yet? So Connor, if you guys didn't watch my my bike touring vlogs, you should watch that. The first one is basically you see pretty much no riding in it. It's all about when my friend who was with Connor, his bike broke down, and basically no, it's been like 6 months And when he got it back, he spent ages trying to fix it himself. Got a friend around who kind of knows what he's doing, roughly. I believe he did get the parts for it. He just hasn't fit them yet. And I guess when things get cold, you don't need your bug anyway. So maybe that's it. Where we are actually, me and Dylan anyway, are in the middle of planning our next trip, assuming that COVID calms down this year with the vaccinations and all that. Fingers crossed. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to vlog it. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. What's my favourite computer/video game? Oh, it's one of the games I played. I spent most of my gaming time on, and it's World of Warcraft. In this case, it would be WoW Classic, because I played it back in the Burning Crusade era. So WoW Classic isn't that too different from it, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's one of those games which me and one of my best mates, Curtis, he still plays it occasionally. And my brother still plays it occasionally as well. And I know that if I jumped back on it, you wouldn't see me again. I would get, like I said before, I get hyper focused. I'd be gone. I would stop making videos. I lose it. I become one of those guys with no life, and I'm zoned in on it. The guy from South Park, the guy who's they have to defeat. I'll be like him. My favorite film, my absolute favorite film, and I know this is probably gonna shock a few people, but it's Interstellar. Basically because I know there's a lot in it that isn't quite right, isn't quite real, but they're the best types of films, right? Like if you look at something like, I don't know, what's a great film? Forrest Gump. That's not real. There's a lot in that that's just completely ridiculous. But it's a great movie. And that's what I love about Interstellar. It's like, so one, Hans Zimmer wrote the music. I absolutely love Hans Zimmer, best composer ever. I know a lot of people are gonna hate that, but I love it. Film music composer, I guess. I just think it's great. I just think he really nails the emotion. He really makes you feel it. And as I've learned from video editing, one of the main things is if you don't add the right music, or you don't add any music, it just falls flat. People aren't getting invested into it. When you add music, it changes everything, and you can get people to feel a certain way with certain tracks. It's really quite great, and Hans Zimmer just nails it for me every single time. And especially with Interstellar, I know it's just like an organ, and it's very similar tunes over and over again, but I used to listen to that going to sleep because it was so good. I loved it. And that's one of the main reasons I love the movie, just because of the music. And I love space. I love anything to do with space, time travel specifically, and great music. And there you go. And it just nailed it for me. Tell me more about Dylan. What do you want to know? Didn't put any questions. Dylan's all right. Well, he's not. To be honest, he's a bit of a wanker, really. But he's all right. He's a good mate. Oh, so Annabelle, why are you so mean to me? You started. I am innocent. Which cliche do you hate the most in films and TV shows? I would say, I've actually thought about this. I would say that the main cliche I hate, I would say hate, but the whole idea that you can knock someone unconscious and that's okay. Knocking someone over the head with the back of your gun or whatever, that's probably going to kill somebody. What's your favourite thing about yourself? Ooh, that's a good one. It's a good one. I'm surprised it come from you, Annabelle. My favourite thing, I would say, probably, is that I'm quite a caring person. Ooh, your first AMA since I joined. Where do I start? Slash. I'm glad you're so excited. Why do you have a shirtless hunk calendar hung up in the background of your bedroom sometimes? Right, okay, let's get this done. Also, how did you notice that? How did you notice that? I think I've only shown this off once, and that was like in a live thing, so I don't know if I even uploaded to that. So for Christmas 2020, my friends, we've decided this year to do a like Secret Santa type deal, and my friends thought it would be very funny to get me this. Men in kilts. And it's January, so this is the guy who's up. This guy, he's got long hair too, see? That's the aim. What do you reckon? God, I do weird things on this channel now. Tell us a bit about your family. You've mentioned having much younger siblings, but interested to know more. Plus, let's sneak this in. Are you in a relationship? So, my family, so sneaky. My family, I am one of 5 siblings. So I have my older brother, who's 2 years older than me, my younger sister, who's 4 years younger than me, and then I have 2 half brothers who are much younger, 16 and 13, 14, something like that. Oh God, if they watch this, I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. Am I in a relationship? I bet you'd like to know that, wouldn't you? No, I'm not. You mentioned having a job. What is it? And what's your career background? So currently, I do YouTube. This is my main thing now. I used to be a programmer. I did that for 6 years. Well, I started off as just a computer engineer and then moved on to programming, which I loved, but also found difficult being in front of a screen all the time. Now look, no, it's very different because you're just looking at code all the time, and it was getting to me a little bit. I did that for 6 years, and then I went traveling, and I went and traveled around the world for about 2 years. Came back, and then I did a bit of freelance work because programming is quite useful, so you can do it from home, and people pay actually pretty decent money for it. And then YouTube started becoming, I don't know, I just enjoyed this so much, and although it doesn't produce much money at all, I just love it. And I love talking to you guys, and I love doing this every day, and it's now become my main thing I do for money. So it's enough that I can survive but I love it. That's the thing. I love it. And what am I going to do with COVID going on anyway? Program more? Nah, this is too much fun. You seem to live in Norfolk. I do live in Norfolk. If so, why aren't you obsessed with Alan Partridge? I'd seen pictures of Alan Partridge, but I didn't realise he'd done that whole Norfolk-Norwich thing. Definitely to watch that next. I do plan on watching Alan Partridge. Not a question, but a promise. As a legendary tier fan, I can't wait to make you watch critically acclaimed horror movies. Mwahahaha. I hope you're open to that. Right, well, we're in horror month, Slash. I'm sure you know by now. I'm literally recording this 15 minutes before horror month gets announced. So I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait. I've watched a couple of horror things, played a couple of horror games, and done a few extra horror things. And you know what? I'm so scared. I don't know why I agreed to it doing this for a month, but I'm just leaving with the light on and everything's okay so far. We both spoke about having spent a lot of time in India. Oh yeah, we did, yeah. And you said you'd dig out some of the past travel photos. Would be nice to see, and maybe one day exchange with mine and other people's. Okay, so in preparation for this video, I saw that question and I thought, oh yeah, I need to do that because I might forgotten. So I went and rooted through all my old drives and stuff and found not as many as I thought I had pictures. So I've definitely lost some, but I think you get the gist from it. I was considering recently, let me know guys if you want to see this, is actually maybe a draw my life type video. Maybe not specifically that, maybe that, I don't know. I haven't really done much thinking about it. I actually, I say that, but then I have this. So I spoke to my mum and I just said, what are the main parts of my life? And we came up with, I'm not going to let you guys read that. We came up with a few pages. So I'm going to cut this down, get it to a format that works as a video, and then I'll kind of decide how I want to do it. It'll probably be something to do with drawing, because I like that idea. I can't draw. I cannot draw. It'll be all stick figures, I promise. But let me know, guys. Would you enjoy that? And it'll be nice for me because then I can just go, right, this is it. There are a few things I've been avoiding telling you, and I know a lot of people kind of ask, and it will explain why I don't talk about my traveling very much. As much as I'd love to, let me know. Would you like to know? Would you like to see it? Bloody hell. Okay, guys, this is turning into a really long video, and I was trying not to do that. So thank you so much. Thank you for your questions. I actually really enjoy doing this. It's good fun. We had some really crazy ones, and I like that. I know it's whenever I read them, I go, what? What are you asking of me? I don't really know. I guess I'll work it out on the fly. But guys, I absolutely love this. I hope you did too. Let me know if you want me to do another one. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.